Hey guys and girls, welcome back to another math tutorial here. And today we're just going through the first part of roots, which is the square root. Next tutorial we might go through like cubic roots and stuff like that. But just bear with me this tutorial here. So basically what I'm writing here, I just want to make sure that you understand everything. Here is a basic rule of it. So b to the power of 2, a number multiplied by itself. This is what this means. Any number multiplied by itself equals a product, right? And that product, if you take the square root of that product, you get the original number that you multiplied by itself. Okay, that's what square root does. It just gives you that original number that has to multiply by itself to become the number in the square root here. So that means that, so like this, square root of 3, no, square root of 9 equals 3, right? Because 3 multiplied by 3 equals 9. So this and this means 3 to the power of 2 equals 9. So that is the general rule here. And that's how you write it, by the way. And the second rule here, this might seem a little confusing because square root of 9, for example, equals the square to the second square root of 9. Well, the thing is that, I don't know how you say that in English, but this is actually how you write the square root of something. This is the square root. This is the cubic root of something. Okay, so the cubic root is a whole different thing. You have a 3 up here, but the square root usually with a 2. But you always hide this 2. You never actually write it out. If you write it like this, you just mean that there should be a 2 up here, but you don't write it out. So if you ever see these two different things, just don't be confused. And that in turn means that 9 to the power of a half, which would be 3. Okay, this is the same thing as writing square root of 9. Okay, sorry for my nice handwriting here, and which would in turn also mean this same thing. Okay, so these are just 3 different ways to write the square root of something. Alright, that's what this means, nothing else. So what we'll do right now is we're going to just straight up write up some stuff here. We're gonna just go through here. So 3 to the power of 2, which is 3 multiplied by 3, okay, equals 9. Alright, so this in turn means that the square root of 9 equals 3, just like I showed earlier. So we'll stick with that. I think you understand that pretty well. So 3 multiplied by 3 would be 9, would be this. That's why the square root of 9 is 3. Then we're going to go ahead and check some other examples here, which might show you some stuff. So say that we have the square root of 9, okay, which we know is 3, right, to the power of 2, which gives us 9 again, right? So this would be 3 to the power of 2 equals 9. Can you see the pattern here? So if you take something square root and you multiply it by itself, you will get the number inside here, 3. Okay, so that's a way later on that you can, this rule you can use later on to free up a number from the square root, as long as you do the same thing on both sides of the this equals thingy here. But that's much later. That'll come way later in functions and equations and stuff like that. But for now, just remember the rule. These base rules you're learning are really important because they'll all play a hand later on. Everything builds upon these rules, so just make sure you memorize them. So the thing here is, since we can write this, let's see, square root of 9 to the power of 2 equals the 9 to the power of 1/2, just like we said here. Okay, this is a basic rule. You can write the square root of something in different ways. So I just took this. We haven't changed anything. This is the same thing as this. Okay, and remember, there's an old rule, the rule that we talked about in a few videos back, where something to the power of something, then after that, you can just multiply the 2 exponents. Okay, this was exponent multiplication, right? So, whoops, I just made that really bad. Well, anyway, that means that if you check that video, you'll see that you can do this. 1/2 multiplied by 2, which in turn is 2 by 1. Okay, that's what it is. This is fraction multiplication. So that would give us 9 to the power of 2 by 2, right? And what is 2 by 2? It's 1. So 9 to the power of 1, which gives us 9 as well. So if you watch my exponents and fractions videos, you'll see how this all comes together here. So that gives us 9. That's why this works. it's the same thing. You can write it in a different way, just explain it in a much better way. That's why this works here, right here. Okay, and this in turn shows that, actually I can just spell it out. In turn, this shows, okay, that the square root of 9 equals square root 2 of 9, right? Yep, and 9 to the power of 1/2. These are all the same things. This shows that. We all come back to the same result here through this. So I just want to show you that. I want to make sure that we have a nice box around this beautiful pink box, and this is the example. So I'll be making a questions video for this later too, so you can test it out and try to solve some of these problems. But yeah, I hope you learned something and what a square root actually is. And good luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.